man. Okay, good to see you, friend. Yeah, man. 2-2 with the Galaxy. We got a little, didn't get our regular starters out there, so we got to see a little bit of some of the depth from Nashville. Let's start with what you saw from those guys.
I think honestly, it was the high effort. These guys get an opportunity, a huge one against a very talented Galaxy team. They came out firing. They came out really looking good. I think going into the game, if you told me we were getting a tie, I'd be pretty happy just considering the lineup. But then to have the 2-goal lead and then to go back to the tie, it's mixed emotion on that one for sure. Because you go in like like good to see some new guys, get good minutes, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, we're up 2-0.
Yeah, and so we're up 2-0, and then we shift a little bit defensively. It looks like we kind of are going to say like, well, we're going to let you guys press us when we hold. You guys we're going to go to a lower block, and then things start trickling through.
Yeah, it kind of is. This game and the Miami game kind of feel like the opposite of what we've kind of been taught to expect from Nashville. So many of us want that early lead. Like, we don't want to get into shootouts and have to come back. Like, we got up early, especially at home Thursday and tonight, and then now a couple in a row of they came back and it's a draw. And in the Miami case, we're now headed to a much more stressful second leg in Miami than it was going to be.
Than it needed to be. Yeah. And so this is something that I as a Nashville fan, you as a Nashville fan, just not used to. Yeah. Having a lead going in, right? Having a lead, and B, watching that lead get squandered. Yeah. Not a thing that we usually see from Nashville teams. What do you think contributed to that?
I don't know. I mean, because we're talking about back at Nissan days, like one thing we did a lot at Nissan was those crazy comebacks.
Right.
It was that thought of like if we went down, no one was worried, and we've almost kind of switched that since moving to Geodis. And I don't know if it's just heavy legs, some fixture congestion, because even with the backups going in, once the starters started coming in, there was still that fatigue. They played they had 2 whole days off between actually having to be here.
Yeah. So do you think that missing Zimmerman's leadership in the center as a center back there contributed to any of the sort of the mismatches? Again, the Puig goal looked like just like right out of Keystone Cops. So what do you think that Zimmerman's leadership is something that's missing?
I think it's a part of thing. Walker, no matter who's else on the field, Walker's such a big key for us. He's been such a foundation for us over the years. I think one of the big things is it's happened a few times now is we're getting beat on pace in the back, in the middle. We're having guys get by us, and like we obviously have pace on the wings with Shaq and Alex and Taylor kind of doing the more defensive roles, but teams are kind of now cutting through us through the middle, and we're a step slow sometimes.
So step slow in the middle sometimes, and that's not just with the center backs. Yeah. It looked like our CDMs were a little bit cross-footed on that one too. Okay, so looking forward.
Yeah.
So first off, hey, we have some really good news in here. Undefeated in the MLS going.
So still unbeaten. A lot of guys who don't get minutes got good minutes today and showed really well. That because preseason one of the big concerns was definitely the depth.
Who's on your list for that?
I think Drew's got to be in that now. I know he gets a lot of time with the first team, but today he played really well. That goal was awesome and huge. Dad Coleman played really well at the back.
Coleman had a good game in the back. I agree.
The dad chants are popping up everywhere now, which is great. Teal continues to be just a workhorse, and like his goal production, it's gotten better the last couple of games with the Pens. But at the end of last year was rough, but he just works.
Are you on Team Teal?
Always. Teal's my favorite color on game days.
So we got to see some of the bench.
Yeah.
But we also got to see some really great news. Folks that had been injured coming back and getting some minutes. What did you see there?
I think if anything else, that's just got to be a positive sign for any Nashville fan coming out of this one. It's not a horrible start to the year. 3 draws isn't great either, but we're getting healthier. We're only going to get healthier. Surge is back after his fall in the DR. Hani's good. Walker, the knee bump in Miami maybe, but
did not look good.
No, I don't love that. We gotta protect Walker better.
Yeah, gotta protect him better.
Lovett's going to be back soon, so we're getting healthier. We're getting there, and even with those guys getting better, we also now have a lot more confidence in the guys who have stepped up in the meantime.
Excellent. Okay, come on, you boys in gold.
NSC Fan TV.